Hey everyone, welcome back to our podcast, episode 33 of the Showgirls.
Yes, it is June 11th. Really can't believe it's June. I saw a tweet that said 6 months have gone by of this year, and I really can't believe it. I've done nothing.
Same.
It's like we did a lot at the beginning of the year because like we got new jobs, we lost our old job. Like it was so fast and furious, and now it's just like the days are the same still.
I know.
When
I
do you
just
go?
wake up and I have nothing to live for.
Oh my God, literally.
That's really dramatic, but like some days I just feel like, oh my gosh, another day.
I feel like that too. And one time our old coworker told me this. It was Andrea. I'm sure she doesn't listen to this, but she was like, or she shared something on Facebook that said, there's so many hours in a week. And if you spend all those hours in the week waiting for the weekend, then you're wasting away like 90% of your life. And I was like, that's what I'm doing right now. I just wait for the weekend where I can just lay around and not worry about work. But around work during the week, I just lay around too. Like after work, lay. Before work, lay. All I do is lay.
Dang. Have you seen on Instagram there's like people that share that they try to get a certain amount of sun before noon every day?
No. Did you hear that? That was
What
Chester
was that?
falling out of the window, I guess. Okay, that was my cat.
So I've been trying to like not get like an hour or like 2 hours of sun before noon, but I like try to like at least go outside and walk outside in the morning.
That is so smart. I feel like I need to do that because right now, like literally the only sun I get is walking. Is literally walking from my car to Orange Theory because I have a garage that I get in my car at home.
That's your goal for starting now. You have to start walking outside or just like go in your yard and sit outside.
Yeah, and I have a hammock now.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
I know. I need to lay. I need to get some vitamin D because the
It
days
really
are the same.
helps.
Not a fun thing, but something I'm going to do Saturday is I saw that the Oklahoma Blood Institute, if you donate blood, which is obviously free to do and you're helping something, they are going to give you a free antibody test. So I'm going to
Oh
do
my
that
gosh.
Saturday. I'm going to help and donate blood because I have good blood. I'm one of the O's. I don't remember if I'm positive or negative, but I'm an O. And so I'm going to do that and then get an antibody test because why the heck not?
Do you have to make an appointment?
Good question. I don't know.
I think that like when I was looking at a blood drive for one that we were promoting, they wanted people to make appointments and fill out all their paperwork before they got there.
Okay, I'm gonna do that then, and I'm so glad I brought that up.
Like
ass,
you show up and they're like, we're full.
Literally me just showing up. Hello, I'm here, and they're like, get the F away, and I'm like, oh God.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and I might. I haven't gone to a restaurant and sat inside yet. I might do that this weekend. The weekends are my oyster.
You can do whatever you want.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Or go to on a patio. It's just so hot.
Yes, we have had weird weather here. It's like 100 degrees, but then 2 days ago it dropped suddenly to like 70 or something.
Yeah. I mean, in the shade, it's fine. So if it's like a shaded patio to like kind of get your feet in the water.
So I think we're going to do that.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's my life. Everything's the same as you.
You went to the Black Lives Matter protest. When was that?
It was
not this last weekend, but the weekend before.
Yeah. So we didn't record last week because everyone was taking a silence, obviously, for George Floyd and just Black awareness. And you were gone. You were out of town. So it's just like a good week to take off. But 2 weeks ago, I went to the Black Lives Matter. And it was so good. It was really sad, honestly. Like I was crying a lot, but really glad that I went. The only thing that's like concerning is we were shoulder to shoulder with tons of people. So now, like if one person there hypothetically had coronavirus, I'm just like, all of us have it.
There's been a peak, like today, people in Oklahoma, there's been a peak at the hospitals of coronavirus. And it's not just because of that. I mean, like there's obviously people like going out and doing other stuff.
Like Memorial Weekend and stuff.
Yep. So there has been a peak in cases.
Great. So I was kind of scared, not scared, but it's just like cautious thing. I did read, did you see this? The CDC said that, or the WHO, someone said that they have narrowed it down to where contamination or passing it back and forth from items is really low. Like it's mainly human contact they're finding. So like obviously they learn stuff every day that's new because it's so unwarranted and new. But yeah, so that makes me feel better. Like when I'm at the grocery store, if not a lot of people are around, I feel safer just grabbing groceries.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so I went to the Black Lives Matter. It was so good. I cried a lot. I've been really trying to do all that I can. I hate that it took this for me to do that.
Yeah, totally.
You know, I've always tried to be like a woke warrior, but it's just I'm so white and privileged that I didn't even realize that I was doing stuff like, why don't I support black businesses or things like that? Like it's something I have to seek out. So I'm trying to be very mindful of that.
And like you just look around. Like I looked at actually listened to Watch What Happens Live. There was a 2-part. Andy Cohen talked with Portia Williams, and then another guy that I've never heard of before, but he's a black actor and he has a show that's about to come out. And he interviewed them, and it was just like really eye-opening just to like hear what they had to say about stuff. And like Portia's grandfather was like a really big civil rights activist.
Oh, wow.
And so she's kind of like following in his footsteps, and she's just so well spoken, and like just listening to what she has to say is so cool.
Yes, I love her. And remember at the beginning of like when I started watching Atlanta, I wasn't like unsure of her, but I was like, why is she your favorite? But I see now, like not only is she funny, like she wholeheartedly like gives everything.
Yes. Love
like
her.
That.
So if you guys haven't listened to that, like that was one, because I just love Bravo and I love TV anyway. Like it was cool just hearing from her perspective, like what we need to do to change things.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of leads into like what's the haps, because I don't know if you have this written down, but I wanted to see what you thought, because obviously we're friends, so we have kind of been talking about Kristen and Stassi and Max and Brett, so I kind of wanted to see what your thoughts were on it, or I don't know, it's just a lot going on. So
yeah,
for you guys listening, I'm sure you've heard, it's been everywhere, especially if you listen to this podcast, you definitely watch Bravo, I'm sure. Kristen, Stassi, Brett, and Max were all fired from Vanderpump Rules. So not necessarily like Tom or their jobs if they still worked there, but they were fired from the show.
Yeah, I think it was a well-deserved time for Bravo to act. And actually, I hate that they had to kind of make an example out of them. Because it was a while ago that they did say things, and like people obviously can change and learn and grow. But at the same time, like they had to face consequences for their actions. And whether that is 2 years too late, then that's 2 years too late. So I hate it for them. I hate that, like, I know that they're feeling anxious. Like I was finding myself just feeling anxious for them, you know? Because like they haven't really said anything, they haven't tweeted, they haven't talked out publicly, so I just know that like they're going through so much, and I know that it sucks, but like there's people in this world that are going through so much more, and they've lost their lives and their families have lost their lives. Like we just have to be mindful, like this is not the end of the world for them. They'll be fine.
Yeah, like you're saying, like don't shed too many tears for those 4 people, because they are going to be fine. Like we have bigger people we need to be worrying about.
Yeah, I mean, like it sucks, but they made those remarks, then they made the actions that they made. Sorry.
Yeah, and I was talking to Cashin about it, and I was like, well, what do you think about it? And she said, I think it's so different. Like I don't necessarily think, I guess Max and Brett are also in their 30s and stuff, but Kristen and Stassi, like Kristen's almost 40 and Stassi I think is like 32 maybe. So these literally are things they did in their 30s. Like
Yeah,
they're not showing growth from it. I feel like maybe Max and Brett could prove that they've grown since, because those tweets were 10 years ago. I feel like maybe they could prove that they've grown from that and like aren't like that. But for Stassi and Kristen, it was only 2 years ago, and like you're in your 30s. Like, I know everyone can grow at every part of their life, right? Like you can be 50 and still growing, but I don't know, that just struck a chord with me that Cashin pointed out. Like it wasn't like an 18-year-old or even like a 21-year-old. It's like, I feel like we picture like you're in your 30s, let's start thinking about stuff before we act, or like think about our privilege type of thing.
Yep. And if this is the reason why they have learned a lesson, like they're gonna have to.
Yeah.
And I just know that Sheena is just like grinning from ear to ear. I know that she's just like living for this moment, that this is her time.
Yes. I just want to say this like shows like being the nice girl pays
Yeah,
off.
it does. And like I just hate that like this is all happening and then the reunion is being played still. And so it's like there's such a discrepancy. Like even with the challenge, like Dee was let go from the challenge and then she was in elimination on the challenge. Like there's such a discrepancy in what is actually happening in the world and like what was recorded before.
Yeah, and I'm wondering too, so we're doing a bunch of like Zoom stuff, you know, like reunions and stuff like that. So the Vanderpump reunion probably happened, what did they film, like a month ago or maybe a little longer than that? But it's almost like maybe shows should start doing stuff more real time, because we're just learning like in all of these situations, like even RuPaul's Drag Race was a great example, right? They had to keep putting those disclaimers on there for Sherry Pie and things like that. Like it just shows like maybe there needs to be more of a cut to edit type of situation.
Yeah. And I feel like that's why they're not doing Beverly Hills and New York.
Yes.
I think that they're like going back and like preventatively, maybe nothing happened, maybe nothing was said, but they're just preventatively making sure that they don't have anything in there that's problematic.
Yes, that was my other, I have like so many what's the haps today, but the other one besides talking about Kristen and Stassi was no Real Housewives of Beverly Hills or New York until July. And I was like, that is so weird. I thought it was because all the footage was going to be like Denise and Brandy's fling. And I was thinking maybe Denise Richards was throwing a fit, like, I'm going to sue if you guys show this. So they just stopped. Well, then I noticed when it was New York too, I was like, this is so weird. But I read something, and of course this is just conspiracy or, you know, people thinking out loud. Someone said that Bravo is actually running behind on editing because everyone has been working from home.
Oh.
Yeah, but I feel like it's part of your point too. Not are they behind on editing, they're re-editing.
Yeah, I think so. There's maybe a little bit of both, but still.
Yeah, like networks are definitely watching their backs, which is good. Like we need, networks need to be held accountable for, like, even if there's characters saying it or actors saying it, whatever, reality TV stars, they need to be held accountable for what they're showing.
Definitely. But okay, while we talk about who's being canceled, Taylor Selfridge, she was on X on the Beach. Yeah. She's Corey's baby mama. They severed ties with her. MTV severed ties with her. She was on Teen Mom, and they were going to do this special for when they had their baby, and they completely took it off of the air. They played an episode of Catfish instead. My DVR was actually going to record it. I was like, oh, it got it. I want to watch it. But no, they played Catfish. Corey went live last night after the challenge, and he said that they were going to upload it to their YouTube channel, and he isn't going to be he's not severing ties with MTV.
Okay, so did Taylor sever ties willingly, or MTV severed with her? Does that make sense?
They fired her.
But he's not.
Right. And I'm like, okay. And that one, it's hard for me because like she's literally, her daughter is Black.
Yeah.
But like, I know that the things that she said previously, like she still has to be held accountable for anything that she says. But like, she's issued so many apologies, and like, it's hard to like think how they did that with her and they're not doing it with Corey.
I agree. And also, like, not that there's a statute of limitations on like racism or things that you say at all. But it goes back to what I said about seeing if someone has shown growth. These aren't the first time that these particular tweets have come to light, and she has shown us, her particularly has shown us that she has grown since then, and she's acknowledged them before. So it's like, why are they coming up a second time? Like,
it was just like out of nowhere to me with her.
Yeah, because I think that she's shown growth too. Like, I think if people are truly showing that they've shown growth and know what they did was a mistake, then we really need to give them the benefit of the doubt. It wasn't like the Kristen Stassi situation where it was literally 2 years ago. No one acknowledged it really, blah, blah, blah.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah. Well, you kind of touched on it, but my other story was D, but let's talk about her when we talk about the challenge.
Okay. So I just wanted to note, we've talked about Charlie D'Amelio before.
Yes.
You guys, I noticed on TikTok, I follow her, and she posted a TikTok that said, thanks for 62. And I was like, what is 62?
Yeah.
So I go to her TikTok, and she has 62 million followers. Last time we talked about it, it was like 36.
Yeah, I remember because I said, isn't it like 50? And I think you said, no, it's 36. So she's almost doubled.
Yeah.
Like,
crazy.
If everyone gave her $1, $36 million, bro. Or I mean, 62.
62.
I can't do it.
But the TikTokers are going crazy because she did a TikTok with Little Huddy, who was her ex-boyfriend.
How do I know this? I'm not on TikTok, Carly.
So she did it. That doesn't mean they're together, but they did a TikTok together. And then Addison Rae did a TikTok with her ex, Bryce. I think is his name, Bryce. So people are going crazy.
I have something I was going to text you, but I haven't done it yet. So Cashin texted me, and there's this app that if you watch TikTok through this app, like it's literally TikTok, the same videos, it's TikTok. Just in this app, you get paid for it. And if you recruit more people, you get paid. And Cashin's made you get like $5 per recruitment or something. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I should look and see if this is legit. Cashin said it was legit.
Send it over.
I will. We're always trying to chase that bag, you know?
Yes. So did you see that Lady Antebellum has decided to change their name?
Yes. That was my other what's the haps too, because, I'm not like a country fan, but I know songs like American Honey, like come on, that's their song, right? Like she grew up. I love that song. But I didn't even know what antebellum was. Did you Google it?
It has something to do with slavery.
It said, okay, I wrote, Lady Antebellum drops antebellum from name. They will go by Lady A. Antebellum means before the war, which usually means before the Civil War. And since before the Civil War was slavery, they don't want their name to be associated.
Oh, okay.
So they're just going to go by Lady A. They said they originally picked antebellum because I guess there are like a style of home called antebellum homes. And so that's why they were Lady Antebellum. They just picked it.
I mean, it's a good, that's a cool word if you don't know what it means.
Yeah, but, and I think Lady A is fine.
Heck yeah,
it's short,
Cute.
I know. Is your other story about what you posted on our Instagram?
Yes. Kelly Clarkson has officially filed for divorce from her husband.
I'm shook. How long were they together?
Is the house shook? Yes.
Shooketh the house.
They've been married for 7 years, I think I read. They have 2 kids together. He has 2 kids from a previous relationship, and she filed for divorce.
Did it say anything, or did it just say what is that word?
Irreconcilable differences is what was cited on the paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
And it said that there was no date of separation. So if you file for divorce, they could say we've been separated X amount of months. There's no date of separation. And it said that everybody from her camp is very surprised.
This makes me sad because I view Kelly Clarkson as one of those little angel baby, protect her at all costs. And she even she wrote that song about him and how like he helped her like through like a relationship with her father and like all of this stuff. So it really breaks my heart.
I know, I hate it. But there's been talk about it because like on her tour and stuff, she wasn't wearing her ring.
Was that the tour you went to or a different
Mm-hmm.
tour? It's sad.
So I was kind of like, you know, maybe they're on the rocks, maybe there's like they're working through some stuff, but yeah, they're getting divorced.
That's really sad. I love Kelly Clarkson. Literally, since you've been gone. I wish I went to that concert.
Ugh, everything.
Usually you sing, and that is the second song I have sung today.
You just wanted to sing today, and I appreciate it. I wish I could sing with you, but it's delayed, so I just let you sing.
I could tell that it's delayed because obviously I'm talking right now, but the video is showing like 2 seconds lag.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you want to play the game?
Yeah, let's play a game.
I really like think that I need to be a game writer because this is so good. Okay.
I'm excited.
So last night you texted me and you said, "Who's your favorite Bravolebrity?" And so then I was like, maybe I need to like make a game and so Darian can like guess who the Bravolebrity is.
Like, okay. What's an example? Like I have to guess what show or you're giving me clues?
I'm giving you clues. Like I am the Bravolebrity talking about myself and you have to guess who it is.
Are you sure that it's from shows that I've watched?
I promise. I promise.
Okay, so let me just guess the shows that you picked. Vanderpump, Shaws of Sunset, now that I've seen that. All the Real Housewives.
I've only did 4 people to start. Like I'll do more next week. But I was like, I can't just keep doing, like we could spend the whole time doing this.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm gonna bomb.
No, you're not. You're not.
Okay. You're my hype man, you know?
Okay. I'm gonna like talk like I'm in their intros.
Okay.
I am the shade queen. I've been on multiple shows and multiple networks. I have friends in high places. Married to the same man 2 times. One of my first jobs was a stripper. I'm known for this iconic line. Close your legs to married men. Who am I?
That was Nene Leakes.
Yeah!
I knew it. I didn't know it until you said, oh, what was like the middle one? You said,
I have friends in high places.
No, it was the stripper one, probably.
Married to the same man 2 times.
That one. I was like,
that gives it away. I really gave it to you there.
You did. That was good. That was a warm-up, though.
Okay. I'm a tough businesswoman. I rule over my kingdom. I love and advocate for animals. You'll most likely find me.
I knew it.
How'd you know?
Because you said, rule over my kingdom, and I knew Vanderpump Rules.
I said rain at first, and I was like, delete rule. It said, you'll most likely find me dressed in pink. I will not stand for it when someone calls me a liar in my own home. Who am I?
A liar in my own home.
That's Lisa.
Oh, you finished it.
I just finished that.
I was like, oh my God, the next person.
Kyle called her a liar. Yeah. Remember?
Bye, Kyle.
Yeah. Okay, next. I hope you get this.
Oh okay. God, you're smiling so big.
I'm a hot mess most days, but bring you good TV. My castmates say I'm totally delusional, but I want my friends to think I'm the most popular girl in town. You can find me flirting at the bar or at my birthday party with 60 New York socialites. Who am I?
Oh my God, is it Ramona? For some reason at first I was like, is this Kristen at the beginning of it?
Yeah, I'm delusional.
Yeah, that's Kristen. The part I was like, oh.
Oh yeah, it's Ramona Singer. Crazy.
She is crazy.
Okay, this is the last one. I'm a real estate agent turned hair product developer. You can find me hanging out with my friends in Beverly Hills. My relationship is always on the rocks and is tested when my partner is accused of playing naked Jenga while I'm away. Sometimes I throw shade and jabs that are below the belt. Who am I?
I knew it was Reza right when you said literally the first line, real estate agent, hair, whatever. I was like, it's Reza.
That's it.
So did you ever answer me? Are him and Adam still together to this day?
Yeah, they're together.
Bro, Adam is trash. He does not represent Oklahoma well.
Agreed.
Ugh. I loved that game.
Wasn't it so, I literally like popped those out of nowhere. I was just like, la 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 la.
You should let me do some for you next week.
Okay, get to know your Bravolebrities.
I'll do people I don't even know that. Like, cause do you watch every Bravo show?
Mostly. The ones I don't watch Married to Medicine.
Okay.
So that one I don't really know about, but like what was $1 Million Listing, New York and LA. I watched both of those.
Okay.
Below Deck Med, Below Deck Sailing Yacht. I don't watch Top Chef.
Okay, that's like I feel like that's like a weird one, like a weird reality show they put on random. Bravo, but whatever. Okay, I'll like text you if it's a show I'm not sure you watch or something, but you watch like all of them. I'm excited. It'll be harder for you, or maybe it'll be easier for you, but harder because I have more people to pick from.
Yeah, maybe.
I loved that. Okay.
Thanks.
Are we gonna talk about shows?
Let's do it.
Okay, should we just talk about the challenge?
Sure. We have 2 weeks. So last week, Wes went home. This week, Maddie went home.
Yes. I wanted to talk about when Wes went home because at first I was like, okay, I'm mad at Wes. No, back up. I'm mad at Johnny for taking away Wes's power by being the house vote. But then I saw that someone pointed out Johnny dropped first before he even knew Wes was going to be in the tribunal. Wes won that comp. So I couldn't blame Johnny, kind of.
I mean, Johnny has to look out for himself, and Wes had to look out for himself too. Like, he put himself in there because he wanted a red skull, and he chose wrong.
Yeah. Who did you want to win? You wanted Bananas?
I mean, like, either one. I feel like Wes could have won if he looked in the holes better, because I feel like he put a hole in each of the little areas, but he like only had one battery.
Yeah, it's like he was just punching, and if he didn't like feel it or something when he punched, he just went on to the next one.
Yeah.
I saw a conspiracy because I don't know how I've been, I'm on the groups. I am dedicated to the groups.
So dedicated.
We'll die for the groups. You created a monster. I'm literally in 2 different challenge groups. Someone said that Johnny Bananas is obviously MTV's golden boy, and they were like, show me all the boxes that Wes's batteries are in. Like, they're trying to say MTV didn't put like one of them in there, but there's no way, right?
No, they literally have like crews of people to do those challenges.
Yeah, and like Wes
is too. Like, Wes is not like, they have him do all this stuff for them, and he was in many finals. He was on so much stuff. Like, no, that's whoever said that is dumb.
Okay, you're dumb people. I don't remember who it was, but one of my groups. I'm just kidding. Okay, so yes, that was last week's. So last night, okay, back up. A couple days ago, all the days are the same, so I don't remember which one. Dee tweeted something to Bailey and Swaggy, or to Bailey. Swaggy defended Bailey, but what we missed out of the episode, which all of this ties together, is they already had beef, I guess. Dee and Bailey, because they were supposed to get in a fight, or they did get in a fight on the episode that was supposed to air last night, but they ended up cutting the episode and cutting Dee's parts. Have you not been in the groups today, Carly? Why are you acting surprised?
I have so many groups I'm in. Okay.
I keep tagging you. Okay, so let me back up again then. So anyways, Dee said some like really inappropriate stuff on Twitter to Bailey and Swaggy, who are both Black. Dee said stuff like, how do I not support Black Lives Matter when I lost my virginity to a Black guy? Like, okay, first of all, that literally, it's like shoving, like, it's just putting the movement down. What am I trying to say? It like didn't even like, why did you bring that up? That makes no sense. Like, and she said a bunch of other stuff. So MTV, like all the other networks that it's been happening, and they just did it to Taylor, cut ties with Dee, which a lot of people were like, how did they do that? Like, it came out that Dee is trying to sue MTV, but MTV is a huge, stop acting surprised. You get in those groups tonight. So Dee is trying to sue MTV, which to me doesn't make sense because MTV is a huge corporation. I'm sure in their contracts it says we can terminate you at any time for anything.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, Dee gets fired by MTV. This was like 3 days ago, maybe. So every episode this season has been an hour and a half, but last night's was an hour. So everyone was like, yes. Have you watched?
Yeah, I watched. And I noticed that it was short, but I didn't notice that it was not an hour and a half.
Okay, now think about it because there was no
It started
Dee,
with just the challenge.
and there's no Dee commentary. There's no interviews.
Yeah, and she was in the challenge or
So
in
no
the
one-
elimination, and they didn't even like. Wow.
Yeah. So MTV is taking it very seriously that they fired her. They even at the beginning of the show put a screen that said Dee Wynn has been fired from the whatever, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, they completely cut her scenes. And I guess
You said her last name so good. I literally thought that the way that is spelled is New Jen.
I have a funny story about that. So when I was in college, I went on a trip to London, and I am so embarrassed. One of the professors' last name was Wynn, but spelt like that. And I asked like someone, I was like, where's Professor, I said it like that. Where's
Nugent.
Professor Ninjin or something? And they were like, do you mean Wynn? And I'm mortified.
Okay, now I will know forever. It's like when.
Yeah, it's Wynn. It's just like an Asian last name, I believe, or like an Islander
it's just
Pacific.
pronounced that way. Got it.
So Wynn has been fired. So they completely cut her scenes, which honestly, I loved the episode.
Yeah, it was so much better without her.
And we didn't need the extra 30 minutes.
True.
True. But yeah, so Dee is fired. She's gone, not going to be on any more seasons. Supposedly she's suing MTV, and supposedly you posted this too. She checked herself into rehab.
Yeah, and somebody in the comments said that Wes helped her get into this facility.
I feel like with her and even like Kristen and Stassi, like when something like this major is happening, like maybe that is something, like it feels like it's not like a situation where we just lose our jobs. Like this culture of being canceled, and obviously they are canceled for good reasons, like their whole lives crumbled down. Like that's their income source, that's their personalities. So I understand doing that.
Yeah, it's really scary. Like, what's Stassi gonna do for her wedding?
Well, it's definitely not going to be in Italy. Yeah, because you told me Bravo was paying for it.
They were paying for it all. They were coordinating everything. I listened to her do an interview before all of this happened, even before COVID. And she was trying to coordinate everything for filming for her wedding in Italy. And she said a lot of people in Italy don't want a film crew and 100 people at their restaurant. So they weren't even able to find people for their restaurant or to go like do a rehearsal dinner or anything. Yeah. So, I mean, it's probably canceled. Like, what are you supposed to do? You can't pay for it.
Yeah. And not to like super back up too, but like her house, I was reading people talk about, she just bought that house, and you buy a house planning to have the same income monthly, right? Like you don't just buy
unless
a house.
She really saved up for it. But like even Bo said that she was doing most of the down payment because she makes more than him.
Yeah. So
and her podcast was podcast 1.
Fired.
And I'm sure that they canceled her.
They did. I don't know if it was podcast 1, but I guess like radio.com owned it or something.
Shoot.
They came out and they have like released it from their like list.
Bye-bye straight up with Stassi.
That's crazy.
Bye-bye tour. Bye-bye book deal. Bye-bye everything.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're going from like 100 to 0. I'm not saying it's not warranted. I'm just saying if that happened to me, like I'm
shook.
I'm checking myself into that rehab too, honey. Like, is it free? Actually, I might not be.
That's why Wes had to help her. He had to pay for it.
Valid. I didn't even know Wes had a normal job. Like he was like, he tweeted something like, I was at work and I just saw all of these things. Like he has a normal job.
Oh, really? We should go visit him in Kansas City.
It's so close.
And Bailey and Swaggy.
I want I want to go there. I don't like them that much, except I like that they helped expose Dee. I do like that. I want to go to Kansas City because I want to go to freaking Jones Barbecue from Queer Eye. Yes.
Okay, let's do it.
I know. Okay, sorry. Anyways, the rest of the challenge. So this week they blindsided D, which I was super happy about.
Johnny is a savage.
And I like Josh. A lot of people don't like him. I like him.
He's just like,
he cries a lot and I relate. Everyone was like,
that would be you literally like at Big Brother or at the challenge, you would just be like crying, but then like get really mad.
What? I want to cry right now. Yes, dude. I cry about everything. And so, I applied to be on the circle. And so I'm like, I'll even hypothetically, if I got on there, I'd be in my own little apartment, but I'd just be crying.
And I would literally like have your phone and Instagram be like, cry meter.
Literally. Oh my God. If I got on there, you would be like the best social media manager. Connor couldn't do it.
Oh my gosh. How exciting.
I know. I doubt anything will happen, but that would be cool.
We need to talk about Big Brother too, that they announced that Big Brother is going to be all-stars.
Yeah. I love that it's all-stars. Wait, did you have anything else to say about the challenge? That was basically
not really.
Yeah, D drama, blah blah blah. Okay. So, yes, I'm glad that it's all-stars, but I'm sad because you don't know all of them yet.
I know I don't, but I'll just figure it out as I go, I guess.
Yeah, but I'm really excited. So normally Big Brother would actually be
starting.
Is it starting on time then? Does it usually start at the end of June or the beginning of June?
I think it starts at the end of June through September. So I think they're still on track.
Okay, good. Because I was thinking it should have already premiered, but I just remember it's always in June. But I was thinking maybe the reason they chose All-Stars, like maybe originally it wasn't supposed to be All-Stars, but then because of coronavirus and everything that's happening, they'd rather pull from the pool of people that have already done it.
Yeah, because they can't cast really effectively. Like it could be a bad season if they can't get everybody who they wanted to get.
Yeah, casting, and also like these people, it's not their first rodeo. They don't need to go through I don't know if there's training, but you know what I mean. Like
so true.
But I'm excited.
What if Pauly shows up?
If Pauly shows up, I will not watch. I will poop my pants.
Whatever. You will watch, and he's gonna be like, think he's the best thing ever.
Yeah, dude, he was not like that on his first season of Big Brother. He was like always a little cocky, but I feel like the challenge and Cara Maria have like skyrocketed him.
Horrible.
Bad. Okay, what else?
Queer Eye.
I'm not as far as you.
Are you sure?
I'm on episode 4 with the guy with dreads.
Tyreek.
Yes. Have you finished that?
That was one of the best episodes of this one, is in my opinion.
Are you done with all of it?
I have one more episode.
Yes, 10. I started it. Can we just talk about episode 3 with Kevin?
Oh my gosh. When he got his teeth.
He looked good. Like
so cute.
The shaped beard, the haircut, so good. His daughter was
the
cute.
Kilt.
The killer kilt. It was
his
good.
House. It was so cute.
Can we talk about the dog groomer?
Oh my gosh.
I was like,
I cried for her.
I was like, they're not gonna buy her a mobile grooming, and then they did, and I was like, yes. That RV was scary.
It was so scary, and I bet how hot it was in there.
Yeah, like, be in all honesty, like, you would not take your dog to a trailer like that.
No, and like, how did it not get condemned from the city because it was in the street for so long?
That's valid. I do not know.
Those are the questions that I ask myself.
I was just like, ooh.
But yeah, Queer Eye is so good. So cute. Jonathan is still everything, and a box of chocolates.
And Anthony, dude. Anthony, I know Jonathan's your fave, and I love Jonathan too, but Anthony's just my fave, and he's so freaking hot. Like it plays tricks on me because I know that he's gay, but I'm like, I love you, Anthony, marry me. I just love.
Oh.
And how is he so thin and ripped? I'm like, Anthony.
Because he can make his own food.
But he loves like bad stuff too, so I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. Jonathan is just like so
A sunshine.
Yeah, and he just like says things so poignantly. Like when they are in that chair and he is doing their hair, he just gets down to it.
I saw you shared all of his Sister Act things.
Did you watch that episode yet?
No, because what episode is that? I'm on Tyreek.
I think it's the next one. I think it's after Tyreek. There's a girl and she's like 18 and she's like really into saving the environment.
Oh,
and
love.
she gets really anxious and has anxiety, and so they like try to help her. And so he talks about, I don't even know how he starts talking about Sister Act, but it's so good. Maybe he talks about like Whoopi Goldberg and she like comes in and changes stuff.
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, but literally not in honestly like 20 years. I can't believe I can say I've done something in 20 years. Am I that old? 26?
Yeah. No, you must watch. Everyone, if you've not watched Sister Act, please.
Where is it even at? Do you know?
I think I recorded it on HBO once, so maybe Sister Act 2 is on there.
I bet it is on HBO. If you recorded it off of HBO, then I bet it's on the app.
I mean, if you want to skip Sister Act 1, cool. It's Sister Act 2 that really gives it to you.
I can't believe this movie was so successful. It had a second one. I love that. Okay, I'll watch. I'll put it on my weekend homework.
Okay, thanks. And get outside and get in the sun.
Yes. We talked about Vanderpump. Did we want to talk about the reunion? Nothing's really happened, honestly.
No, Jax is so problematic. Like, he's unwell. He is not well.
Yeah, and he was throwing Brittany under the, like, your wife who is sitting right next to you, you are throwing under the bus and not being a unified unit.
Totally.
So that was weird.
And can we talk about how cute Katie Maloney Schwartz looks?
She has lost weight. She said she lost 20 pounds, and not that, you know, she was beautiful before and everything, but you could
just tell she just is glowing.
Her hair,
beautiful.
She is slaying. I would be down. So I personally think this is the end of Vanderpump Rules as we know it.
Totally.
But I would watch like a Tom spinoff or something.
Yeah, like give me Ariana, give me Katie, give me the Toms.
Exactly. And then like mix in like the new, like we can't give up James Kennedy. Hell no, love him.
Cried for him.
So sad. He showed a twinge of like defending Kristen, but then he like went downhill. He was like, this is how Stassi and Katie have always treated Kristen. Like I was like, he's standing up for Kristen. Then he was like, but she's just mad because they're all married and blah blah blah. And I was like, oh shoot.
I know. He will never not be James, and like that's what I love about him. And like Lala's the same. Like she will never not be Lala, but they're so much better now. They're a better version of themselves now that they're sober.
I agree like wholeheartedly. And like I stan James so much. Like I'll just be a James apologist because I love him.
And Raquel has like really glowed up.
Yes.
Standing up for herself, living for that.
Yes, me too. And I love that everyone is like rallying behind her now, like even Stassi and all of them, because you know they literally ripped her to shreds.
Deer in the headlights, which she was. I think she was overwhelmed.
I think so
like
too.
They needed to just lift her up.
Yeah, and it's like I think they were bullying Charlie, but I also get their point of like you don't just get to come in here and act like you've been here. Like they treated Raquel like crap. They did treat Lala like crap. Like you have to earn your place. But also I'm just like, can't we all be friends? They
can't. But now maybe with Stassi and Kristen gone, maybe they can.
Sheena on top, baby.
Sheena.
You never thought you would start chanting that. Because don't you not like her?
No, but like I have this Sheena wall in my room and I just like die.
Yeah, the wedding pictures. Okay, what else do we watch? Queer Eye, Vanderpump Rules,
RuPaul, All Stars.
Derek Barry.
I said, bye, Derek. You're not even a drag queen anyway.
You're just a Britney impersonator.
And then he was crying at the end and he was talking about how he, like, Britney is who he is. But, like, if you want to be on Drag Race, maybe you need to be a drag queen.
And I know you didn't see his season because obviously the past season was the first one that you had watched, but all of his critiques from the first time he was on were like, we want to see more than Britney. You're only Britney. So you would think like, oh, I'm going on All Stars. let me try something new. Like, what do I have to lose, you know? His first look, Brittany. His act look, Brittany. I was like, it's like you took no critiques.
No. And if that's what you want to be, then great.
Yes. If you want to be Brittany, that is what you want to do, but you don't need to be on RuPaul's Drag Race.
So who do you think, like, who are you rooting for?
So obviously the crowd favorite is Shea Coulee. But what's weird is, so I've watched every season that is available. Like season 4 is where I started, so I never got to see the first 3. But season 11, the one that Shea Coulee was on, I think it was season 11, something happened and I just like didn't get into it, or like I didn't have cable. It was like a weird time. Maybe I was in Florida at this time. And so I didn't even watch all of it. And so I don't know her at all.
Dang.
Yeah. So it's kind of new to me, I guess. I've always had a spot for Miss Cracker though. She's funny.
Cute.
So maybe her. I don't think she'll win, but I do like her a lot. I'm trying to think who else is on
India?
there. She did better than I thought.
Me too. I was like, okay.
I thought she was gonna lose, but then she won, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then who else? Angina. I don't really know her, and I don't really like that name.
Really weird.
Yeah, I just don't like it. But obviously it comes on tomorrow, so I'm really excited for that. I can't even remember who else is on it. I just remember Shea Coulee and Miss Cracker. Oh, well, Mayhem Miller is on it, and she was one of the ones that was also in the bottom 2. And she went home really early her season, so I don't think she's gonna do well. But what do you think about this twist?
It's a more of a democracy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate like shows have to mix it up, but I'm just like, meh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
We'll keep talking about RuPaul as it continues.
Oh my God, we have to talk about this, but I didn't freaking write it down, and we have probably not a bunch of time left. Bro, we have to talk about 90 Day the Other Way.
Okay. We have an India moment. We have a
Mexico.
Ethiopia. We have a Mexico. We have a
South Korea. We didn't see it in the first episode, but
South Korea. We have a Jordan. It's so good. It just like came out of nowhere. It just like popped up in quarantine and we were here for it.
Yes, and we obviously stand 90 Day Fiancé, but the season that just ended, which was before the 90 days, yeah, just average, like definitely had its moment.
Good. I mean, it gave us Ed, it gave us Rose, baby girl Lisa.
Yeah,
ooh, baby girl.
Baby love. We watched it. It was good.
I'll be there for you, girl.
He's famous now. I was shocked though. Did you watch the reunion? He said he's not wanting to come to the United States.
And he wants more than one wife.
Yeah, that was shocking.
You think baby girl Lisa's gonna do that? I don't think so.
No, not at all.
No.
But it was a good season. It just, like, we watched it, we liked it. It just wasn't like knock out of the park.
Why were Jeffrey and Barya not at the reunion?
Okay, I saw a conspiracy about that too. So he has a past of like domestic violence and stuff, and they were saying that TLC probably just found out about it because people were like tweeting at them and stuff, so they probably didn't invite them.
Okay.
Yes, another conspiracy, but I think that one's true. Yeah, so this Other Way season, it was a good first episode. I really liked good. My favorite couple, Kenny and, oh my God, is it Armando? I will die for them. Die. Kenny is 50.
And I just really loved how they gave us Kenny, they gave us Florida, they gave us IVF, they gave us embryos. Then the next episode they gave us Armando, they gave us Hannah, they gave us groomer shop, they gave us sister. Like everything about their story is so cute.
Yeah, and it's so in depth. Like a lot of people's stories are just like, oh, we met online, I'm moving over there. There's this, like you said, Kenny has 3 kids, but he's gay, but it was IVF. Then there's Armando. He was married to his best friend. His best friend got in a car accident and died. Now he's a single dad. Like it's just like, oh my God.
I know.
Kept me on my toes. I'm really excited for them. Brittany, who's going to Jordan. So you obviously Petra is from Jordan. Her family is,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
She says she's gonna watch.
Yeah, she told us she was gonna watch, and we need to keep her accountable. I'll message her after this and make sure she started watching it.
Okay, perfect. I don't think that couple is gonna last.
No, I don't think the Ethiopia couple's gonna last either.
I am so scared about the Ethiopia couple, you guys, and I'm not trying to be like uncultured or anything, but literally, I think Ethiopia is on the list of like one of the like poorest third world countries.
Yep.
And so for her to be going over there to give birth to the baby.
Did you see the preview where she was like, I'm shaking.
And
I
she
was
was like, it hurts, it's burning.
ugh, no.
And then they showed a clip where she was passed out with the tube in her mouth.
No.
And what I don't understand, I texted you about this, is so ideally, quote unquote, everybody wants American citizenship, right? Like people work really hard to get American citizenship. Why would she not just have it over here, get that citizenship first, and then work on getting the baby Ethiopian citizenship?
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, like she said it was because she wants the dad there at birth, but I feel like, I don't have children, but I feel like getting the baby the citizenship is almost more important than that. So
Totally.
I don't know. It's just going to be a good season. We're going to see Devin and Junie. They are in South Korea, and South Korea had one of the biggest COVID outbreaks, and we get to see like them dealing with that. I have a question though. I know we haven't seen any of her yet. Is her other daughter there?
I think so.
Okay.
They showed a preview of the airport, and they all got there.
Okay. Perfect.
Drusilla.
I hate that name. I'm so sorry.
I just think of like Dracula, and then I'm like, no, it's Drusilla.
I think that is Cinderella's stepsister's name.
Why would she do that?
Right?
Girl.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Did your computer just fall? Carly?